to another transit ride. We are riding the Green Line from Greenbelt to Branch Avenue for the first time ever. And here we go. First stop will be College Park, University of Maryland. And as you can see a Mark Penn Line Camden Line train right over here. That goes up to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. This is a 6K series. There we go. Had to adjust it from 1 to 2.5.
This is our first 6000 series train of the day, and this is our second full line ride of the day.
Yep. Tomorrow.
It will be one of 3 full line rides after we finish in Orange.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be doing an Orange to Vienna.
Ooh, when we go to Potomac Yard, I'll get to film the elevator in Potomac Yard.
Yeah, which are also the newest elevators in the Metro Rail system. They are generic though.
Yep. Basically, we should just say that at this point, every Metro elevator is basically generic.
Yeah, a lot of them are. There are some TKs like you saw, like the ones that we were on earlier, the market those were TK. And then the ones at Loudon Gateway are Otis did too.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, in the Loudon Gateway parking garage.
Yep.
But yeah, the vast majority of them are generic.
Yep, I remember those ones, those Loud Gateway Otis Gen 2s.
I mean, it makes sense for them to use generic because it's easiest for them to repair, especially since they repair their own elevators.
That sounds like the cheapie of the cheap. It's like building a Canada.
Well, it's the easiest for them to get replacement parts for.
Ooh, I just train spotted a Mark Camden Line train with my camera. You just missed it. You just missed it. I saw a Camden Line train.
Look at the airport. I love that view of the airport on the Green Line.
That's the Aviation Museum right over there.
Yeah, for the College Park. But that's also the College Park Airport. If you're
College Park, doors will be open for the line.
It's a reliever for BWI. That's what I've heard. BWI Reagan is a reliever for BW.
Alright, here's another green train, a 7K, going to Greenbelt.
We're nope, I got probably like the end of it. We're at College Park Station. As you can see, the Market platform and the Metro platform are legit right next to each other.
Which we actually originated from College Park.
Yep, and right there, that's where you go to get on the Camden Line.
Alright, here we are at the College Park, University of Maryland.
We are 3 minutes into the journey. It is 4:32.
We are backing up.
As you can see, there's an operator in the car. I think 2. They have not opened the doors yet.
Yeah, it's definitely a manual mode right now because they have backed it up. I think we had a slight overrun.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit. When warning, please move to the center of the car. Step back. Doors closing.
Next stop, Hyattsville Crossing.
Yeah, I don't think we're an ATO. I think we're a manual.
I can tell already because I can see the guy in the cab.
Ladies and gentlemen, next station will be Hyattsville Crossing.
There's still an operator when it's an ATO.
I know, but I can see the operator. I could imagine myself as a metro operator. What? basically like driving a giant car, but just longer.
You should apply to Metro after you get your license to be a bus operator. You can get a Metro bus.
Don't you need like a CDL for that?
What did you say?
Don't you need a commercial driver's license for that?
Yeah, but they'll train you for it though.
I'll think about it.
You got like free training.
I have a ton of like different job things that I want. So metros, flying, one's being on air personality for a radio station.
Hey, gentlemen, this is High Shore Crossing. Doors will be opening on the right.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit. When warning, please move to the center of the car.
Square line train to Branch Avenue. Next station will be West Hyattsville.
The last station in the state of Maryland.
Step back, doors closing.
Last station in the state of Maryland.
Maryland, yeah, they wanted to go east, northwest, east.
Northeast.
Yep, northeast, then northwest, then south, southwest, and then southeast, then continuing through southeast.
Yeah, then we go back into Maryland.
Yep. We'll be close to Andrews Air Force Base when we hit Branch Avenue.
Oh, hey.
Like 2 miles. And 495 isn't far from here. Well, it's 70. Or 70.
All right, here we are approaching.
Look at that perfect view. I got the perfect camera angle. Yeah, you did. This is so much easier on these ones than the 7.
Yeah, because the seats don't slope back. They're actually straight.
Hey, gentlemen, this is West Hyattsville. Doors opening on the right.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit. When warning, please move to the center of the car.
Square line train to Branch Avenue. Next station will be Fort Time.
Step back, doors closing.
mean, it doesn't help us because it's going in the opposite direction. But if you really want to go,
I can, if you don't want me to, we can wait till next time.
I think it'll just depend how late it is. Yeah.
If it's too late, we'll
Because like obviously if it's like after 9, because the Metro bus only runs every 20 minutes up to the line. Otherwise, the Greenbelt only runs like 2 more times. And completely closes at 10.
if it's too late, we'll do it next time when we're going to Baltimore.
Yeah, because we're going to be meeting next week, and then we can easily do it next week. We can do it from Potomac Yard to Pentagon City or whatever.
We'll go. Stuff's figured out. We're gonna do Union Station because if it were me personally,
Anytime this is sport time, doors will be open on the
We're
left
now
and
in
transfer
DC.
here for the red line.
the first station in the District of Columbia.
Yeah, and it's also the first transfer station to the Red Line.
Yep. So you can get to Shady Grove or Glenmont from this very station.
Yes. The second transfer station to the Red Line on a green happens at Gallery Place Train.
Yep. Which will give you a train to Huntington and Alexandria, or a train up to Montgomery Square.
Yeah, although starting in June, the yellow train will
Ladies and
also
gentlemen,
be
great on the train to Grand Avenue. The next station will be Georgia Avenue. Beltsville.
We're 12 minutes in.
Step back, doors closing.
So if I was one over there.
Found out it takes an hour and 20 minutes to go from PWI to Hunt Valley on that light rail.
Yeah.
Not actually long.
That'll be perfect. We're going to go to BWI and get on the light rail, and then we're going to do all the light rail, and then do the main line. And you and I will be doing that the first time together because I have never been doing it.
My first time with Mark, that day as well. Since we'll be riding the pack line.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
I think we should go Union Station to BWI, unless you want to do it roads into BWI.
Yeah, Union Station is fine. I just have to pay $1 more for your fare.
I mean, what's the difference between the dollar for, it's what, $60 compared to $7?
Yeah, $6 versus $7.
Plus, it's like that one stop difference. Plus, then we don't have to go all the way up the orange line. We can just go up the yellow
Ladies and
line
gentlemen, this is Georgia Avenue. Doors open on the left.
and then go on the red line from Gallery and then just get onto the Mark from Union Station. And we don't have to worry about getting on the orange line waiting. It would actually save us some time.
Probably do that, but if I did that, I'm free anytime.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to enter. When boarding, please move to the center of the car.
Straight line train to Branch Avenue. Next station will be Columbia Heights.
Step back, doors closing. Step back, doors closing.
It's one of 3 stations that will take you to the National Zoo.
What is your favorite metro station?
Ah, dang.
Doors open for my
favorite.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit. When boarding, please move to the center of the car.
It would be Lawn Farm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Greenbelt Train and Branch Avenue. Next station will
I
be
like its
King Street.
big, spacey, cool vibe. You can see a mall that's considered a dead mall.
I use everybody's favorite metro stations as their ringtone on my phone, so that way I can easily identify who is texting me. Like not ringtone texting.
Yep.
So like when Andrew texts me, for example, it's Friendship Heights.
Oh, he's Friendship Heights, huh?
Yeah, he likes Friendship Heights. And then when like Zach texts me, which is his boyfriend, it's Oakland Park Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
That's his favorite metro station. Is Oakland Park.
Andrew and I are still face to face. I comment on his post. He's talked to me before.
He's probably not going to talk to you a lot. He is very very shy about talking to new people. Nor does he actually want to talk to people. That's the problem.
That's an interesting one. He talked to me when he first heard about me and you. And he was like, I hope you were having fun. Yeah, that is cool. Stuff like that.
Like it took me years from the time that we first met to the time that we actually became friends, like years, you know? Like I had met him and wanted to be friends with him for like 2 years before he actually started like wanting to actually talk to him, you know? Like so it takes a very long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your street doors will be opening on the left.
I watched a lot of your live streams together.
Andrew and I?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I haven't been on that many of his lives.
I've
probably 3.
I would love to be on the live stream, guys.
Yeah,
Cool.
I haven't been on that many of his lives, maybe 3.
I frequently watch the live streams. I message on it. I see tons of comments in the live chats, and
When boarding,
my
please
comments
move
don't
to
ever
the
get
center
like.
of the car.
Greenbelt Train and Branch Avenue. Next station will be Shaw Howard University.
Oh, yes. Shaw Howard University, and then you have my favorite station in the system right after Shaw Howard University.
Yeah.
What's my favorite station?
Is it called Mount Vernon Square? I could tell when you said Shaw Howard, I was like, Mount Vernon Square.
Right after Shaw Howard University is my
Yep.
favorite station. It's Mount Vernon.
I went to a farm in Shaw at that very station Shaw Howard knew. There was a farm in LaJoy Park that me and some of my classmates in school attended.
It's either that or Potomac Yard. It's hard for me to decide because I do really like Potomac Yard, of course.
Yeah.
But my actual favorite station for just to hang out and stuff is definitely Mount Vernon. I love hanging out there.
For me, it's Lawn Farm Plaza because of all the museums. And then I would say, I would say Old Town would be a good one because I
King Street.
yeah, King Street and Lawn Fawn are my favorites.
Yeah, King Street I can understand for you because it connects both of your home stations.
Yep, and it's close to Alexandria, it's close to the waterfront, close to National Harbor. In fact, King Street is the closest station to MGM National Harbor.
It is, yes.
Doors opening on the left. So
That's why the NH2 goes out of there.
And NH1 is Southern Avenue, which is the second closest. I wish it wasn't Southern Avenue. I wish Branch Avenue had the NH1 personally. And like I said, when Better Bus comes into play, that NH2 is going to go out to
Ladies and
Suitland.
doors will be opening shortly.
NH2 or NH2 is going to go to Suitland, and that's going to connect that metro station. It's either NH2 or NH1.
Yeah, I think it's NH1, yeah.
It's going to connect to Suitland, and that's going to go to NH1. I think it is NH2.
Is it?
Yeah. And then they're actually going to add a third one that's going to go from L'Enfant via Southwest, Navy Yard,
That
and
one's gonna
down
get a lot of traffic.
and down Capitol Street, South Capitol Street to National Harbor via Indian Head Highway.
Yeah, that, I mean, it'll be popular, but it definitely won't be the most efficient one because there's going to be a lot of traffic on that route.
Especially crossing the Frederick Douglass Bridge, which is probably where we crossed the
Yeah, that's the
Anacostia.
problem. That bus is going to get delayed a lot, so that would not be my favorite. Yeah, that wouldn't be my favorite because that train would easily get delayed a lot.
And one of my most popular escalator videos was filmed in MGM National Harbor. It was the escalator that went up from the poker room down upstairs poker room to the casino floor itself. And I did that with my mom when we went gambling. Mount Vernon Square.
There is Mount Vernon Square.
Yeah.
That is my overall favorite station. I like to hang there. You
I've
know?
always wondered, because I know the convention center's there, because I go that station for auto shows, but I've never seen what else is really. I feel like that the only reason this is like the secondary maneuver station to Gallery Place, but Gallery Place is too crowded.
No. Well, wait, are you talking about why the yellow line ends at Mount Vernon Square?
Well, yeah, but
Well, that's because Metro.
Metro.
That's because Metro wants every train to be able to connect to every other train, like with only one transfer. So it has to. So the yellow has to go to Gallery Place to be able for it to connect to the red line. And Mount Vernon Square is the closest pocket track to be able to turn them around. There's no pocket track to Gallery Place. That's why it turns around.
I feel like some people.
That's a green.
I feel like
Great line train to Grand Jackson. The next station will be Gallery.
4:52, 24 minutes into the video. I feel like Mount Vernon Square, aside from the convention center, is just basically, in my mind, a reliever for people who don't want to get off at Gallery Place when it's too crowded. So they just get off here and then walk down 7th Street to go to Gallery Place.
Yeah, but the reason why the yellow ends here is because it's the closest pocket track. Well, no. The main purpose for Mount Vernon Square Station is really for the convention center.
Yeah, and then
It's for functions in the convention center.
at the auto show, which I go to a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to the next one for sure.
Same.
When is it?
I think it's in 2026, sometime in 2026. I think it's like in the winter.
And it's in the convention center? Okay, so when that happens, are you going to be doing a yellow from Huntington to all the way just to Mount Vernon Square?
Probably, most likely, yes.
Okay. Because otherwise you would have to do a blue to Longfog Plaza and then a yellow. Or a green.
Yeah, it'll probably just be all yellow. Sometimes when I looked on Google Maps, it would say go blue from Franconia to King Street and things like that, which is what I used to do
Hey,
a lot
this is Gallery
when I was
Place.
going on the
Doors
yellow
open on the
line
left,
places.
transfer in for the right line.
And I still occasionally do.
Look at how busy this station is, dude.
And this is one of the other busiest stations on the line,
Oh, I know.
because we're literally under Capital One Arena.
Well, yeah, but that's not really the reason because like right now there's no show going on. It's just people getting off of work. It's because the red line is here. That's really the reason.
I thought because of hockey
The red line is the busiest line in the metro system.
Great line train to Grand
any
Jackson. The next station will be off time.
any transfer station that the red line goes to, aka Metro Center, Gallery Place, and Fort Pine, are automatically busy. There's no hockey game happening right now. Hockey is out of season.
Step back towards closing.
Yeah, but the Capitals were in. The Capitals got eliminated from the
So
playoffs.
they got eliminated.
And then the Wizards, I don't think are in the NBA playoffs. The only real thing that's now in season is the Mystics, but they don't play here. They play at Carefirst Arena in
Right,
Harvest Heights.
exactly. So the reason why it's busy here is because it connects to
The red
because it
line.
connects to the red line, and that's the busiest line on the system. Actually, by far.
That's how we got. My brother and I went up this station when we went to the law enforcement museum.
But the next station is
Archives. So this is the access to the National Archives and National Gallery of Art.
And we're gonna go to your favorite station after this, which is Lawn 5, then Waterfront.
And Navy Yard / Nats Ballpark / Audi Field. We're in the Penn Quarter neighborhood.
You know, there is potential to go to Waterfront. There's been some show there. You know, maybe on the way back, you want to hit it up. You want to hit it up.
With warning, please move to the center of the car.
Greenbelt train to Branch Avenue, next station will be reformed.
More content for me means more better for me.
Well, we can hit up the wharf, that's all.
Ooh, we can go to work. Are there any restaurants in the wharf?
We can get ice cream.
Step back, doors closed.
We can do that, and that would actually save the Tyson part of the Tyson journey.
Yeah. We could get ice cream there. There's a ton of ice cream places out there.
Talk about a local experience.
Talk about what?
You talk about local experiences.
Yeah.
That's a local experience right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get ice cream there. Like walk around the wharf and get ice cream. We can do that.
Pixar Putt takes place there. There's a big Pixar Putt. It's Pixar mini golf. It's a seasonal mini golf attraction, which is also in the wharf. And you also go near the wharf when you're going to the Spy Museum.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's nice. I took a lease there.
Is it free though?
It's not free, but it's pretty cheap. I'd like hot tea. When I got it, it was like $3, but that was
That's cheap. Yeah, but that's still cheap.
But that was under disability. Oh no, wait. I think the actual price is probably a lot more than that. Never mind. I think the actual price without the disability is like higher than that, like expensive.
How expensive? It's like going to be double probably. So like $6, right?
No, I would say it's around Museum of the Bible.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers
Sorry, bud.
to exit. With
Yeah,
warning,
no, I'm not spending $30 to get
It's a Greenbelt train to Branch Avenue, next station will be Waterfront.
But this is also a station you can get to the Air and Space Museum from.
Oh, you're good.
The American Indian Museum you can get to from here. Either that or she
Step back.
If you can't trip me, I'm sitting down. You know, that's not possible, okay?
You get the Hirshhorn Museum's off here. The American Indian Museum's off here.
This
and the
is
United States
the first station on the south end of the green, where the green is the only station that serves it, okay?
Yep,
The first
waterfront.
station on the south end of the green.
Waterfront. Formerly Waterfront, Southeastern University.
Wait, Southeastern University's at Waterfront?
Yeah, but it closed down in 2009.
Oh,
That's what this used to say. Waterfront SMU.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Southeastern University was down here, and then it closed down, so that's why they call it Waterfront.
How big was the campus?
Not big.
Oh, how big?
Not big at all.
So it's like the Virginia Tech building that closed down in Falls Church.
In a way, yes. And it closed down in like 09.
I mean, you know what's open over there now at West Falls Church? UVA. So what they need to do is just change it from West Falls Church VT to West Falls Church UVA. There's a UVA building over there. That's what they should do.
They probably will. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Well, they might be
Station, this is
closing down the
Waterfront,
church
doors will be
station.
opening on the left.
Yes, I remember you and I mentioning that they might do that. Unless they don't, because that's one of the only Falls Church stations left.
Besides East Falls Church, yeah.
Because like if West Falls Church closes, then that means everyone has to go to East Falls Church. And imagine how packed that place would get. That is not a big place. In fact, I think East Falls is actually smaller than West Falls.
Step back to allow customers to exit. With warning, please move to the center of the car.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greenbelt train to Branch Avenue, next station will be Navy Yard.
Yeah,
We can do a ladies and gentlemen housing.
I remember that. I remember a lot of. I did that with my mom a lot. With my
I've done that one time before on Amtrak.
Step back.
I did that once in my neurologist's office. We were counting how many times the nurse would mention something we already know. We just didn't.
I've done it one time before on Amtrak. I've done it one time before on Amtrak.
Well, we're now leaving Southwest DC and entering Southeast DC.
And we are going to go to Navy Yard, which there is not a baseball game happening today, but when there is, they run special grades from Mount Vernon Square to Anacostia just to get people to and from Navy Yard.
Yep, and Audi Field is also down here where the Defenders play and the DC United play. also off the station. The U.S. Park Police's helipad, where you can plane spot, is also off this station.
There's a plane spotting place at Navy Yard Boulevard.
Here, in front of those bridges, the helipad for the U.S. Park Police.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Navy
Yeah, the
Yard.
Frederick Douglass
Doors
Bridge,
will be opening on the left.
which is literally not even 5 blocks from here.
Yeah, you know, we might be able to hit up Gravely Point the next time that you come.
Yeah, Gravely Point's right off the Ronald Reagan station, although you'd have to walk on the Mount Vernon Trail for a little bit.
Well, yeah, I would like to. I would like to hit up Gravely Point with you. Well, no, we're not going to do the train there. We're just going to drive.
Doors opening.
Yeah, we can just drive and park
Allow
there.
customers to exit.
I mean, you could train, but then, like I said, you'd have
Grand
to.
Line
it's
train
not
to
worth
Branch
it.
Avenue. The next station will be Anacostia.
It's not worth it.
And there's also Dangerfield Island, which is also down another spot, which is actually right by
Step back.
doors closing.
It's not worth it though, Adam, when I have a car. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth it when I have a car because we're going to Potomac Yard anyway. You know how close Potomac Yard is to Gravely Point? It's still really close.
Dangerfield Island's literally right behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You could plane spot there too.
yeah, we can do that. We can go to both places.
Dangerfield Island's like literally right above Greenbelt Station. I think it's on Potomac Avenue. Up Anacostia. We're gonna cross the Anacostia River soon. We're gonna be on a couple of people on here. Sorry. I said that.
That's why I said it.
The train's loud. And my ears burning sometimes, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Anacostia. Doors will be opening on the left.
Access the Frederick Douglass stores.
I love this station though because like just look at the transverse arches.
Wow, those
Like,
are cool.
yeah, that's the thing that I love about Anacostia.
We're at Howard Road and Shannon Place and First Sterling Avenue. The Frederick Douglass Historic Site is actually right near here. If you didn't know that.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, there's another green going to Greenbelt. It's a 7K.
Grand Line train to Branch Avenue. The next station will be Congress Heights.
Congress Heights, which gives you access to the Care First Arena. That's good.
Are we going to be going outside after this? It looks like we are.
Yeah, we may or may. We may actually not be.
Doors closing.
I think we're gonna be underground until we cross into Maryland. I think
Yeah, maybe. But look at the light.
that's the light just from the sky. I think because the outside's literally right above us. See, I can tell because this Delta we haven't gone above ground.
Thanks. Doors will be opening on the left.
There's only one way out of here. Yeah, there's no escalator up for Congress Heights. It's just an elevator.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit. When
elevator
boarding,
is
please
huge.
move to the center of the car.
Stay around track of Burns Avenue. Next station will be Southern Avenue.
I've seen those on Street View.
That elevator is huge. Wow. That's insane, bro.
Step back.
Doors closing.
Next stop, Southern Avenue, the first one in the state.
Another train is coming along. It's gonna be a green. There.
We're about to enter Maryland.
We are going to Southern Avenue. We're going into Maryland now.
Yep, Hillcrest Heights. And then Naylor Road will be next, which is in Suitland. And then Suitland itself, Suitland Station itself, and then Branch Avenue, which is in Camp Springs. So we'll be right by Andrews Air Force Base. This is where you can head to the NH1. That's cool.
Southern Avenue. Doors will be opening on the left.
We're going above ground.
So you go above ground right at Southern Avenue.
Yep.
And I think you stay above ground.
Yep, like I said, we were in Maryland, so I guess, yeah. Yep, and now we have, next stop is Naylor Road, which will be Naylor Road and Suitland Parkway. We're at the corner of Southern Avenue and Suitland, I think.
Yeah, Naylor Road, Suitland, and then Branch Avenue.
All the three Sand Branch Avenue are all along Suitland Parkway.
Wait, what's along Suitland Avenue?
All three Green Line stations, Sands Branch Avenue, are part of Suitland Parkway.
Doors opening. Step back to
In
allow customers
one way
to
or
exit.
another.
When boarding, please move to the center of the car.
Green Line train to Burns Avenue. Next station.
Branch Avenue actually is a street in DC as well.
Step back. Doors closing.
Nobody really, not a lot of people know it, but
Yeah, the Branch Avenue that most people know is this one.
on one of the signs up in the Southern Avenue little branch here, it says Waterfront SCU on it.
Oh, damn, they have an update.
Wow. Have an update. We are 41 minutes
Well,
in.
welcome to Metro.
Yep. Metro, home of where you don't know. There's Suitland Parkway.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So we're just paralleling Suitland Parkway.
Yep.
It's just like the Silver Line.
Yep, for a while.
Parallels to 267, and also the bridge at the west end parallels 66.
Yep, and then after
Starting at East Falls Bridge.
after Suitland, we'll be paralleling, I think, part of Silver Hill Road, and then we'll be on Branch Avenue. We're 42 minutes in to the video, and it's 5:10.
Hey, we're making some pretty good time.
Yeah. I thought this would take 55 minutes. It may not even go 50.
Here we are going outside.
doors opening on the left.
Naylor Road and Suitland. And then there's the bus bay right there, which I think has some of the buses service.
There's a lot of parking here in the road, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's not being very well utilized work.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. This may be one. I think I marked this as one of the least used stations in that text I sent you a while back.
Doors opening. Step back to allow
Nobody
customers
got
to
off
exit.
here at all.
When boarding, please
Yeah.
move.
Like I
Greenbelt
said.
train to Branch Avenue. The next station
Like
will
I
be
said, I think
Suitland.
this is in the least utilized stations. I mean, look what's really down here. I mean, there's a wings restaurant, a budget inn,
Step back. Doors closing.
I'm looking at it right now.
and then actually, if you look behind you, there's the northern end of Branch Avenue. Actually, is right here too. If you did not notice.
It's 12. Yeah, no, there's not a lot here.
That's the northern part of Branch Avenue. 39 miles and 38, 37, 39, 40, 42. Oh, we're going pretty good speed. Next stop is Suitland. I feel like Ron Font is like the center point of Metro. It's like the smack dab in the middle.
It's the station with the most lines. So a lot of people think it's
It's like Oklahoma City, just smack dab in the middle of the U.S.
There goes another train. Is it a center?
No, I was just saying, like, Montauk Harbor is like Oklahoma City. It's just smack dab in the middle. Look at the nice foliage. Now we're approaching Suitland.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Suitland. Doors will be opening on the left.
We're at the corner of Suitland Parkway and Silver Hill Road. And then Branch Avenue next, which is Off-Road and Old Sopper Road. Which is near Branch Avenue, which is literally right near the intersection of 495 and Branch.
Step back to allow customers to exit. When boarding, please
Literally,
move.
we're not far from the
Ladies
exit
and gentlemen,
ramps
the
of
final stop will be
495.
Branch Avenue.
Yeah, we're not far from the 495 on-ramps when we're at Branch Avenue. Exit 70.
I don't know this area.
I've been through here
Ladies and
many a
gentlemen,
time.
the station momentarily will be moving shortly. Please be patient.
I feel like Suitland's least used to.
Stand clear from the door. Branch Avenue will be
Shoot,
next.
right now on a yellow.
Oh.
Step back. Doors closing.
I was just saying though, thank you for visiting Metro.
I'm not happy about that, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because that means that our trip to Columbia Yard might be affected.
Oh no. Is there another way we can
trains right now that are going to Brannock Road.
Oh, yeah.
They might have a yellow to Brannock Road. Because that's what they did the other day when there was a switch problem as well. They seem to be having some switch problems recently.
Why is it yellow line that always has these?
I mean, there's a lot of issues on other lines too, like the red.
I feel like yellow is the worst though.
Is it?
At least I think it is like the worst with track problem. But like I don't think yellow's like bad in terms of traveling, but in terms of like problems.
Yeah, there is a problem right now in Huntington here. Look at this, like they're going southbound right now. They have a delay of 9 minutes to go southbound.
Well, let's see. We can take the blue to Potomac Yard, which actually, if you think about it, might
There's
actually.
also a problem at Potomac Yard and Braddock Road.
We could take the blue one to parallel this. But if we do, if we take the blue line, then we don't have to transfer.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
That would-
I think we'll do a blue though instead of a yellow.
Because then all we gotta do is just get down on the blue
Okay,
line.
this is Ridge Avenue.
Alright.
A 7K.
Alright.
Stay clear, train will be moving.
I have to come back, man. Okay, we gotta stand clear.
Train moving, stand clear.
So with that being said, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'll see you later.